Hi there, my name is Stacey Warner, and I am playing Thea Elvsted in Chester Theatre Club's production of Hedda Gabler. You may or may not have seen the trailer that I made for this production. If you haven't, it's on my channel and you can find the link in the description below. Basically, I had a couple of comments about how I wasn't in the video despite being in the production. So I thought that I would put myself through the same torture that I put my fellow cast members through and do a very brief bit of interview for you. Taya Elfstead is a character that is quite anxious, but on the other hand, she's also incredibly strong. She's an intelligent character, she's very, very kind-hearted, and she is incredibly nurturing. It's quite hard to choose what the best thing is about playing her. I think one of the things that stands out for me is that I get to work with a wonderful cast and crew, and that is without a doubt the most enjoyable aspect. Um, Regarding the part itself, I think it's nice to play somebody like a character that I respect and that is a positive role model. The last play I did with the company, the character I played was fun to play, definitely. She was very, very ditzy, very childlike, and it's really enjoyable to get to play somebody who's more mature and who has so many, I don't know, admirable qualities to her. I think the biggest challenge in playing a character like Taya is that on the surface they're very timid and they almost appear, I suppose, almost weak and fragile and anxious. And they are, but they've also got this incredible strength inside, and it's quite tough playing that sort of, contrast in the depth. Um, I think the other thing is that despite it being quite not a huge part, it's a part where the lines are quite repetitive and they're quite small lines, so it makes that quite hard to learn. I think they've been the toughest things about playing her. I feel a little bit awful answering this question because my favourite character is probably Loveborg, um, which I would say because I'm playing the character that's in love with him. But no, I think he's a really cool character to watch out for. You know that if he's on stage, then something exciting is going to happen. And aside from everything else, aside from him being a bit of a, well, as Jackie played it, put it, a bit of a git, he is like the original rock star, he's this creative individual that's all, sex, drugs, rock and roll, booze, high lifestyle and all that. And there's something likable about that. Something, attractive about that, I think, as a trait. But obviously it's also then interesting to see that I think personally I think out of all the characters, it's his weaknesses that are most that really bring him down, really cause everything to go wrong for him. And even though you do see so much of the weaknesses of other characters, I don't think they're quite as affected as this character is. So it's interesting. I think it's partly the acting as well, but it's just a joy to watch and work with, really. I kind of don't like myself for putting this question in, but I did ask it to some of my fellow cast, so I suppose it's only fair that I give it an attempt. Um, it's a hard question to answer because it's a complicated play. Um, in a sentence, God, I would say it's an intense piece of psychological drama that explores the highs and lows of the power games played by the bored Hedda Gabler, now Hedda Tasman. people should buy tickets to see Hedda Gabler because it is such a brilliant play. It's really intense, and it builds and builds and builds and keeps you gripped in this exciting game that this, I don't know, I don't want to say a horrible young woman, but she isn't the point of view of my character. But of a bored young woman's games, and there's this brilliant theme throughout that I love. Um, it sort of stems from this line that Hedda has about, "You mean because he's less afraid to live life than you are?" And I think it's just so interesting. It just really makes you think about this thing of living emotions to the full, and actually where is the boundary and where should you restrict yourself. Um, so that's really fascinating. And if that doesn't sell it to you, at the end of the day, it's a play that's about a combination of debauchery and a psychotic woman who plays with guns, which to me sounds pretty exciting. So that's all from me. Um, do try and come down and see it. It's at the Chester Theatre Club, which is behind the Salvation Army building in the Newtown area of Chester. It's the 4th, 6th till the 11th of May. Tickets are £8, and there are 2 nights that they have concessions available. Do check out the website, which is www.chestertheatreclub.co.uk for more details. And thank you very much for watching.